Ever since the launch of the Nintendo GameCube in Europe in 2002, gamers across the continent have seen a peculiar triangle on the back of their spines. Some are in one color, some are different colors altogether. What do these triangles mean? Well, today on 3 Minute Expert, I'm going to explain to you the European triangle of Nintendo. Unlike Japan or North America, Nintendo of Europe has to distribute games to a large variety of countries. Most of these countries, particularly these days, need their own specific box art with localized text on the front and back. The color found on these triangles is in fact an indicator. It indicates for what specific market the software is meant to be published in. The most common one of them all is purple. Purple means that the same package can be sent to every country in need of the game. These days it isn't unusual to see these on the special editions of games, as Nintendo throws all the languages in a gigantic mess on the box. On the flip side, you also have companies who simply don't care to localize. Whatever works for them, right? As far as other common colors are concerned, let us list a few in a quick succession. Green stands for the United Kingdom, France has a red color, German markets have a dark purple color, Spain has a lightish pink, Italian offers up an azure triangle, and the Netherlands has sky blue. There are also colors for a mixture of languages, if a country doesn't have just one language for example. A good one to mention is the orange triangle for Belgium, which has both a French and Dutch native language. The information on the color triangles is a bit out of date when you go search for it. While lists mention there are 49 colors at the end of the Wii era, they don't mention the Russian triangle for example, which has the color grey. The Russian office was established in 2012 and Nintendo of Europe could have been distributing to new countries for a while now. For the ease of discussion, we could say that there are 50 indicators, but that doesn't mean that this is fact. Maybe it's time to put a truly comprehensive database together. While Nintendo mostly uses these tiny triangles for the distribution process, there's another group of people very interested in them, namely collectors. If you were to buy a game before the 3DS came out, usually a game would be localized and fully registered to a cartridge or game disc with that language in mind. Meaning if you were to buy a game in Germany, the language would usually mostly be set to German and there would be no way to change that. Thankfully that has changed nowadays with the Switch opening up the regions and usually tying the game's localization to the system's settings. But for certain games there are exceptions. The Professor Layton games for example are fully localized to every region where the game releases. Meaning that if I wanted to play the games in English, I would have to buy the English copies of the game, which I did. Thankfully that's not a problem nowadays anymore and everything is set to the Switch main language. If you're from Europe, let us know what triangles you have in your collection in the comments down below. And if you'd like to see more for 3 Minute Expert, be sure to subscribe to the channel. My name is Willem and thank you very much for watching.